welcome to this SERP Drive tutorial. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to build up a good seed list of different websites. Now these different websites are going to be generic websites, and the reason for this is because you can then get as many different expired domains as possible from one crawl. This is particularly good if you're creating a PBN that needs a lot of different sites for different niches, or if you are personally selling domains. And what we're going to do is we're going to use Scrapebox and Link Clump. Link Clump is a free Google Chrome extension, and it's absolutely brilliant for our purposes here, and I'm going to show you just quickly how to do that. So if you come over to a website like listofdomains.org, and there's hundreds of different websites out there just like this one, and navigate to the sitemap page, you're going to see a huge amount of different URLs on the sitemap, and these particular ones go by the day and by category as well. So these are .biz domains, these are .com domains, these are .info domains, and so on. So in this particular case with Link Clump, all you have to do is hold down the button that you've mapped to it, in our case that's Shift, and then drag your mouse holding the left click and just drag it all the way down to the bottom, and that's going to give you maybe 1,000 or maybe a little bit less of seed URLs to start with. And once you stop dragging these, it literally just copies these, and you can just Control V and paste all of these straight into SERP Drive itself. And you can go a bit further with this by obviously going out and doing this again and again for different domains just like this one. One off the top of my head would be Domain Graveyard, and that one actually shows you domains that have expired already. And the benefit of adding these in, of course, is that we will sort them for you by going through the domain's backlinks and finding even more expired domains, and then doing the spam filters. We can actually, using the backlinks crawl, go through about 7,500 different pages on a website per website that you add as a seed. So the depth of one crawl is not really limited by anything other than the amount of seeds that you add. So you want to add as many seeds as you possibly can, especially when you're keeping backlinks crawl on. The next thing we can do with Link Clump is go into Google itself, and using a footprint like site.gov.uk, we can find any index site with the TLD of .gov.uk. And the benefit of doing this is you can just use Link Clump to grab a huge amount of these links and basically drop these straight into SERP Drive. And once SERP Drive has done its stuff, you're going to have a huge amount of websites coming back with links from these websites. So those domains are going to be extremely useful to add in, especially if you're doing a very general or broad crawl with SERP Drive. The next thing you can do after that is use Scrapebox, and you can use a footprint like site alexa.com/site info, which again, if you set it up for Google, it's just going to go through and look for any site indexed in Google with this footprint. So you can see we've got the Washington Post, and of course the fact is that you can go and repeat this again and again and again. Using sites like Alexa is particularly useful is because you can go in and basically search the website like this, and as you can see, due to SERP Drive being able to crawl a huge amount of different websites, it's going to go through this entire page, and it's going to look at sites like Google, Yahoo, Facebook, every single one of these, and the sites that are related to Washington Post. It's then going to go through to USA Today, wasj.com, Reuters.com, NewYorkTimes.com, LATimes.com, and it will go through every single one of these as well. So if you're doing a broad crawl, this is extremely powerful. Start off with websites like Alexa, SimilarWeb, different websites where you can find expired domains or lists of domains, and you will get a huge amount of domains back. Once you've collated all of the seeds that you want, all you have to do is choose the national TLDs that you want. The other TLDs, they're already included, so things like .com, .net, etc., they're already included, so you don't have to worry about adding these in. These ones are only for the specific domains that are looked at here. And all you've got to do is name your crawl and name it something descriptive and hit start crawl, and we'll give you an email back in 2 hours once the crawl is complete, and you will have a huge list of spam filtered domains ready to use. And basically just double check them on Ahrefs, Majestic, whatever your preference is, and you can start registering as many of them as you want for registration price.